Hey there, race fans. Welcome back to the SOPHIE Reverse Grid USA Tour. Last week we were in Brazil, and this is the grid lineup based on who finished where last week. Obviously, slowest drivers start on the front, running all the way to the quickest one at the back. So let's run through the points and scores at the moment. So in position number one on pole, we have Mitch Morgan with the BMW 3-litre CSL. He's got 1 point. In position two is Jack Fury in the Lancia Stratos. He's got 2 points. Third, we have Mad Mikey in the Honda NSX Type R with 3 points. In fourth is Terry West in the Toyota Supra 3-litre GT Turbo with 4 points. Then in fifth, we have Matt Mutley in the Honda Civic SI. He's got 5 points. Then in sixth, we have Kane Black Raven from Black Raven Racing, the YouTuber. He's got Nissan Skyline GTR V-Spec 2 and 6 points in hand for him. Then we have Hulky in the BMW M3 Coupe starting in seventh. He's got 7 points. In eighth place, we have Wayne Schneider in the Porsche 911 Carrera RS, the 993 with 8 points. In ninth is Welsh Boy with 9 points. He is in the Toyota Supra RZ. Then in 10th with 10 points is Borky in the Honda Civic Type R. 19th, 19th. In 11th is Rachel Tamiya with 11 points in the Subaru Impreza 22B STI. Then in position number 12 is number one Pops in the Honda Integra Type R. I keep on saying Acura. Acura Integra. It's a Honda, actually. Then in position number 13 is Rita St. James in the Mazda Roadster Touring Car. She's got 13 points. Then in 14th with 14 points is the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 5 GSR, which is driven by Greg White. Then in 15th is GT Tom in the Ferrari 512 BB with 15 points. Then we have Stiggy in the Chevy Corvette ZR1 or the ZR1 with 16 points. In 17th is me. I'm driving the Porsche 911 Turbo 930. I've got 17 points. Then it's unfazed in the Nissan Silvia Spec R Aero S15. He's got 18 points. 19 points for Jack Kobe. He starts in position number 19 in the Toyota Torino AE86. And then in position 20 is Vessel Grenland in the Nissan 180 SX Type X. I thought it was a Nissan 240 actually, but because of how quick it is. But it's only the 180 SX. Vessel obviously won the race last week, which is why he is in position number 20. But yep, it's about time to get the race started. So let's get going. And we'll do the commentary with the trackside cams. So here we go. Time to race. So it's a start. Mitch Morgan starting in pole. Jack Fury behind him. And a big, massive field of cars behind. So lots and lots of pressure on Mitch Morgan at the moment because the BMW leading the race. Here comes Mad Mikey with that Repsol Honda. He's going to look like that car very, very good in the corners actually. So we'll see. Look how he hugs the bend. He gets a nice tight turn. He can't seem to get onto the back of Jack Fury. So Mitch Morgan in the lead. Still, massive pack of cars. So we'll just run through we'll actually just keep it with the race leader throughout the course of the race. I think that might be the best option. So you can see how closely packed this entire field is. We've got the fastest cars at the back, or the cars that were the fastest from the previous race in Brazil. So in theory, we should have all the quicker cars trying to overlap the cars up front. It looks like Jack Fury's got that done. Mitch Morgan drops into position number 2 already. So we've got the Lancia Stratos in position number 1, driven by Jack Fury, the Drift Master. Looking like that car is sliding slightly as it comes around the bend. Quite surprised at how quick that little thing is, but it is extremely light too. So Terry West overtakes Mitch Morgan's, and so does Kane Black Raven. Mad Mikey also ahead of Mitch, so Mitch dropping down the order. We got Drac Fury leading, Terry West hunting him down with that Supra, the 3-litre GT. Didn't do as well as I'd hoped for it to do last week, but looks like it's doing okay here today. Drac Fury, though, with a great set of legs on that little car, having to brake quite a lot earlier than I thought. It's looking like he might have some issues with the handling of the car, or at least the braking, because really braking early with the Lancia Stratos. Terry West has been able to catch up some ground on him. Film from Terry West's point of view. Actually, maybe it's Drac Fury pulling out the lead. You can see Kane Black Raven rides on the back of Terry West. Here comes Rachel Tamiya with the Subaru. She looks like she's on the charge at the moment. She's come through the pack. I can't remember where she started off, but it's her and Wayne Schneider in position 4 and 5. Terry West moves into third. Kane Black Raven in Godzilla, the Calsonic Nissan, moves into position number 2. Terry West fighting for it. Looks like he's going to get that back. Terry West back into position number 2, overtaking Kane Black Raven. So it's quite a battle up front here at the moment. Drac Fury, though, comfortably in the lead at the moment. Unfazed, though, quickest lap of the race, a 151.724. So it looks like we are going to have some faster cars coming through the field and challenging for the lead here sometime soon. But at the moment, it's all Drac Fury. He's got quite a lead on everyone else. Kane Black Raven and Rachel Tamiya and Welsh Boy and Wayne Schneider all battling it out at the moment. We're still sitting with Terry West in the Supra. He's just been overtaken by Rachel Tamiya in the Subaru. Kane Black Raven taking a look to see if he can get past Terry West, but seeming to be holding up the Supra. And GT Tom in the Ferrari has moved up quite a good few places, up into position number 7 at the moment, with Rachel Tamiya putting the screws on Drac Fury at the moment. Drac Fury not seeming to be able to hold her off. So you can see how tight she is behind him there. It's a drag race now. Lancia Stratos and Subaru WRX. Drac Fury hanging onto it, though, clawing onto it with his fingertips. Rachel Tamiya putting the pressure on like nobody's business, and she gets him. Rachel Tamiya into position number 1. Drac Fury drops to second. Kane Black Raven in third, right behind him. So, and around the outside comes Stiggy in the Chevy Corvette. He's now right on the back of Drac Fury in the Lancia. I don't think Drac has got much chance of staying out front with Stiggy behind the wheel of that big Chevy. That thing is absolutely lightning quick. It is pretty thirsty, though, so it's going to be quite interesting to see how the pit stop strategies sort things out later on in the race. But Stiggy moves into second, and we've got a fight on our hands down here with Kane Black Raven has eventually gotten past Drac Fury. But here's the fight for the lead. Well, it's not really a fight at the moment. Rachel Tamiya quite far out in front. Stiggy in second, and GT Tom has moved into position number 3. So we've got the big muscly cars in position 2 and 3. Rachel Tamiya in the Subaru WRX leading the race at the moment. Kane Black Raven right behind GT Tom with the Calsonic Godzilla GTR. And we've got Welsh Boy climbing all over the back of him now with the Minolta Supra. This is going to be one heck of a race up front here. Let's see what we are looking like at the front of the grid at the moment. It's Stiggy trying to reel in Rachel Tamiya's Subaru and it looks like he might be closing that gap. I wouldn't be surprised, actually. That's Subaru, not maybe as powerful as, or not nearly as powerful, I should say, as the massive V8 under that Chevy's hood, but GT Tom also doing his best to try to get onto the back of those two up there. But Welsh Boy has overtaken Kane Black Raven, Greg White right behind him now too in the Mitsubishi. There's Greg White, the car with the largest amount of performance points at the moment. But that car looking like it is quite loose. It does have a lot of body roll, so I think that is more set up probably for the rally type races from what I would think. But nonetheless, it's more than holding its own out here at the front end of the grid. Greg White in sixth at the moment, looking like he's going to try to take. Oh, we've got three wide. Wayne Snyder into the corner, taking position number 5. Greg White in 6th. Kane Black Raven drops down into 7th position. And we've got the little Mazda GT car, or the Mazda touring car of Rita St. James in the mix now too. She's in position number 8. And she's putting the pressure on Kane Black Raven's Nissan GTR. But in front of him, we've got Wayne Schneider in the Porsche. And he's going to look at... Looks like he's trying to look down the inside there, trying to get the pass on Greg White. Welsh Boy a little bit further up the field now. He's seeming to be making a little bit of time on Greg White at the moment, but still not quite with GT Tom in the Ferrari. Minolta Supra, definitely a great car. It looks like it could be quite a heavy car, but it definitely got a lot of power to compensate for that. Greg White though in position number 5 still. And Rachel Tamiya still in the lead with the Subaru, Sticky in second, GT Tom in third with the Ferrari, Welsh Boy in the Supra in position number 4, and we're driving with Greg White at the moment, position number 5, with Wayne Schneider behind him, putting the pressure on in the Porsche 911 993. Here we come into the corkscrew. The four-wheel drive cars should be pretty comfortable going through there, although the four-wheel drive cars do seem to suffer a little bit with understeer, in my opinion. Well, in my experience with them at least. Maybe it's just the way I set them up. Maybe I don't know how to do that properly, but at the moment it is Greg White in position number 5 under immense amounts of pressure by Wayne Schneider. Wayne Schneider, the driver from Florida, USA. So on the USA tracks, I'm presuming Wayne is going to be quite comfortable. Almost home turf. Let's move up the field. Rita St. James in position number 7. That little Mazda doing wonders out there. And then it's me in the Porsche 930 behind Rita St. James. I'm going to be looking at... Oh, a little bit wide there. I mean, kicking up some sand there, trying to get past the outside of Rita St. James, so not quite getting that done. Rita the Rocket out in force here today with that little Mazda, but it looks like I've got the inside there and getting past. Yes, I have moved into position number 7 behind Wayne Schneider now. So the two Porsches running in 5th, in 6th and 7th positions at the moment. A little bit wide again. We're pushing the envelope maybe a little too hard, trying to get the pass done. And it looks like I've done it. Yes, I've got ahead of Wayne Schneider, now chasing the great White Lightning in the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 5. Oh, and right at the front of the field we have a new race leader. Rachel Tamiya has been overtaken by Stiggy, the Chevy Corvette, out in position number 1 now, with Rachel Tamiya behind him in the Colin McRae Subaru WRX STI. Here comes Stiggy into the final corner onto the start-finish straight. Going to be running into lap number 7. Running with Rachel Tamiya, I beg your pardon. You can see the Subaru just not quite on the same pace as that big V8 of the Chevy in front, but that car of Stiggy's in position number 1 at the moment, very heavy on fuel, so that is obviously going to come into play at later stages. The Ferrari quite far behind Rachel Tamiya actually at the moment, GT Tom trying to put the power down, looking like he's got a little bit of understeer issues with the Ferrari. Welsh Boy holding a solid fourth position, but I am now chasing Welsh Boy in the Porsche. Wayne Schneider still on the back of Greg White, hasn't been able to get the Porsche 993 past the Mitsubishi. As I move past into fourth position with the Porsche, getting around Welsh Boy. Welsh Boy trying to stick in the inside there and trying to get the position back. Great acceleration with the Toyota Supra, but I got a good exit there and was able to keep the momentum up. So keep position number 4. And now closing in on GT Tom. Welsh Boy doing a great job of piloting the Minolta Toyota. Greg White now still putting on the greatest defense that he can with that Mitsubishi. Wayne Schneider just hasn't found a way past him as yet. And don't know if that is going to happen. The way Greg is driving at the moment, really clean, really sharp. But Wayne, nonetheless, is a patient man. So if anything does go wrong with Greg's drive, he'll definitely pounce onto that. But very, very impressive drive by Rita St. James as well with that little Mazda. He's right on the back of the Porsche 993 of Wayne Schneider, putting pressure on him now. So he's not only got to worry about how he's going to get past Greg, he's got to worry about whether he can actually hold Rita St. James off at the moment, because that little Mazda has got serious grip, and that enables her to... Whoa! Just to change the subject, it looks like I might have gone off the track. Position number 4. Oh no, I'm fighting it out with GT Tom at the moment. So it's the Ferrari versus the Porsche. The drag race up to the next corner. You just see what the braking looks like with that Ferrari. Definitely doesn't. Oh, very close to going off the track there. I was. Keep it on though. GT Tom. Slack it off. Oh, there it is. Pushing the envelope a little bit too much. Welsh Boy gets past. There's a yellow flag out. Just going to make sure we are all clear. I did run it off the side of the track to make sure I was off the racing line. Everybody else could get past, so I could enter the race nice and safely again. Entering the race in position number 7 behind Wayne Schneider. So the two Porsches back together again. A lot of work to redo. And then on the outside again. Wow. Red mist has descended onto me, keeping the car, or pushing the car as much as I possibly can. Barely keeping it on the track actually, but nonetheless was able to save those really wild looking turns, and we have a three-way race, three-wide race, but it's Greg White and Wayne Schneider who come out on top there. Greg keeps position 6, Wayne keeps position number 7, Rita St. James comfortably in position number 8. Wayne trying to have a look at the inside of Greg White there to see if he can get past, but Rita St. James right on the back of Wayne Schneider again. Very, very good in the turns, that little Mazda, but doesn't seem to be able to keep pace on the longer straights, maybe just a little bit short of power. So I did say in race number 1 at Brazil that you got to have a look at that car and just keep an eye out for Rita St. James in that Mazda, because on the more twisty tracks that car is going to have a superb advantage over the heavier cars. But it's looking really, really good for Greg White at the moment. Solid 6th place, although he is under a lot of pressure from Wayne Schneider and Rita St. James. As you watch me getting around Welsh Boy again into position number 4, setting our sights on GT Tom. I'm not sure how far ahead he is. I'm sure that we'll see pretty soon. And it's the quickest lap of the race for me, a 146.856. So really putting the hammer down in the Porsche. And we've got the first pit stop of the day. Here it is. It's Stiggy's crew waiting for him, and Rachel Tamiya moves back into position number 1 with the Subaru, with GT Tom following in behind her in the Ferrari. Let's just see how she holds off. Can she hold off GT Tom? Because the Ferrari very, very good on this track. Maybe suffering a little bit with understeer with the car from what we can see from the trackside cameras, but it's all Rachel Tamiya at the moment. She's leading the race, and leading the race quite convincingly. 1.5 seconds ahead of GT Tom. So we'll flip the cameras onto him and just keep an eye on Tom. You can see the distance between the two cars at the moment. It is an immense lead by Rachel Tamiya. GT Tom definitely going to be trying to put the hammer down and close that gap as much as possible. But the Porsche, the 930 from 1981, doing me very well out there. The current setup on the car is fantastic. It really does have a decent amount of power, holds the road really well. We've got to be a little careful on the turns, because it can be a bit temperamental when you put the power down, but nonetheless, if you give it the respect it deserves, this car could really do well. As you can see, we're in position number 2 at the moment. It's lap 10. We have got the quickest lap of the race as well, so the car really, really doing well out there, despite who's behind the wheel. But Rachel Tamiya still leading the race. Let's ride with Rachel for a minute. See the Subaru, really nice car. This is one of the shapes that I really like personally. It's got a kind of unassuming look to it, but also you can tell that it is not something to be messed with those flared arches. But here comes the Porsche. Looks like the gap is being significantly reduced. Run with me for a second. GT Tom in position number 3. Welsh Boy in 4th. But this is where the main fight is at the moment. It's Greg White, Wayne Schneider, Rita St. James, and Unfazed is now into the mix of things too. He's come up from the back end of the field. He was a quicker racer from Brazil side too. He's not quite in the picture as yet, but you'll see him in the background there in the blue Nissan Silvia. But Greg White still holding off Wayne Schneider and Rita St. James. So Mitsubishi really running smoothly and well. I was quite interested to see how this car matched up with Rachel's Subaru. But oh, Rachel in the pits. I'm also in the pits. So here comes the pit stop. Here comes the pit stop madness. So we'll see who else goes in. We'll see where everybody lies after this. GT Tom going for soft tyres. Wayne Schneider flying into the pits. There's Wayne and Rita stay out. Oh, sorry, Greg White and Rita stay out. Greg White now the leader of the race. Rita St. James behind him in the Mazda MX-5 or the Mazda Miata. And Greg White is now the leader of the race. Has he left his pit stop a little late though? This is what the question is going to be. We did see that the big Chevy went in a lot earlier. That was Stiggy. He's now into position number 7. So has he left that a little bit too late? We're 21 minutes in, less than 4 minutes of this race left for us, and Greg White leading. Rita St. James in position number 2, unfazed, will be in the picture anytime soon. There he is in the blue Nissan Silvia. He's now in position number 3. Jack Kobe in position number 4 with the Toyota AE86. Greg White leading in the Mitsubishi. This is very, very, very interesting because the Subaru led the race for quite some time, quite a few laps, but the Mitsubishi was running in a comfortable kind of 6th position, although he had lots of pressure on him by Wayne Schneider in the Porsche. Now moves into position number 1. Not much time left in the race too, so although he does have to make a pit stop, we'll see how that mixes things up because he is in the front now. Nice clean air. Rita St. James looking like she is on the attack here too, so will she be able to get that far in front of the Mitsubishi? Greg White though definitely has a lot of pace on that long straight, so we'll see here what the difference is between these two cars. But if Rita can stay in the slipstream of the Mitsubishi, that might make all the difference. We'll see how things go. But at the moment, it's me with the fastest lap of the race, a 1:44.532. So the Porsche 930, the 930, is definitely capable of winning here if we can keep things clean. I did have some really hairy moments earlier on in the race, but nonetheless, been able to get up to a decent position in the mix of things. But now, after that pit stop, running in 8th position behind Rachel Tamiya again, as you see on the leaderboard. So I've got the Subaru still in front of me. But it's Rita St. James in position number 2 now, chasing Greg White. There is a bit of a gap now between the two, but this is where she'll make it up. Mitsubishi got a lot of body roll in the corners. Absolutely nothing on the Mazda MX-5, so that little car definitely so planted through the corners. It's definitely going to make up a lot of time through the twisties and the corners, where the other cars need to take into account that they'll be forced out wide if they're running too quickly, so having to go through turns a lot slower than the lighter cars would. But Greg White making good time, making good decisions out there by the look of it, which is not a surprise at all, because everybody knows Greg White Lightning is one of the quicker drivers out on the track with the PSR community. But he's going into the pits. Greg White is pitting in, and Rita St. James stays out. Rita St. James taking the lead of the race now with the Mazda MX-5, or the Mazda Miata touring car. What a fantastic little machine. This great drive by Rita St. James. Now the thing is, will she be able to keep that car out? Will she have to go in for a pit stop? I don't think that is going to happen, because we are 24 minutes and 40 seconds, so only 20 seconds left of this race. So if she can hold out and get this car across the line before Unfazed, who's running in 2nd place in the Nissan Silvia, which is an absolutely rapid car, will she be able to hold this car out in front and keep the win, take that very coveted 1st position? She's got me behind her as well with the Porsche 930, which has proven itself to be a very, very quick car around this track, getting the quickest lap of a 1:44.532. But it looks like Rita St. James is running a flawless race here today. The timer is up, 25 minutes is over and done with. So if she can hold it together and get this car across the finish line first, that is all said and done, and Rita St. James will take the 20 points at Laguna Seca. Unfazed does seem to be closing that gap, but will he have enough time to get that car in front? It doesn't look like it's going to be an easy task if he can do that. But Rita St. James through the turns here, this is where the Mazda has definitely got the advantage on just about any other car in the field. Here she goes onto the brakes, just between the 100 and 200 meter marks, runs car ride all the way out to the rumble strips on the outside. And Rita St. James coming into the final turn of the race onto the start finish straight, and she's got unfazed in a position that's too far back for him to get the win done. And Rita St. James takes checkered flag at Laguna Seca, unfazed in second. I come in third with Jack Kobe right on my tail in position number 4, Sticky in fifth position in the Chevy. Then we got Rachel Tamiya in sixth in the Subaru. GT Tom flying down the straight in the the Ferrari 512 BB for seventh place. Then we got Welsh Boy in the Supra, as we see Greg White rounding the corner to take position number 9, and all the other drivers one lap down because of pit stops, etc. Mad Mikey is going to be finishing in the next position. Man, what a race! What a fantastic race out there by Rita St. James, taking the victory in the Mazda Roadster touring car, the Mazda Miata with a Mazda MX-5. But here is your start grid for next week. So we'll run to the bottom of the grid here. Mitch Morgan again in the BMWs will start on pole. Hulky will start in 19th in second position. So the two BMWs right at the back of the field for next week, for the next race. Matt Muttley will start in third. In fourth, we have Terry West. Fifth will be Kane Black Raven. Borky will be in sixth. Seventh will be number 1 Pops. Eighth, Vessel Grenland. Ninth, Jack Fury. 10th will be Wayne Schneider. 11th will be Mad Mikey. 12th will be Greg White. Welsh Boy will be 13th. 14th will be GT Tom. 15th, Rachel Tamiya. 16th will be Stiggy. 17th, Jack Kobe. 18th will be me. 19th will be Unfazed. And Rita St. James will start at the back of the field for the next race. So what a fantastic, fantastic race out there. And yeah, I think we'll definitely see a big mix in the points after this one. So yep, well, I really enjoyed that. But well, guys, you have a fantastic day. It's time to sign out. So from me, drive safely, take care. We'll see you on the track.